everyone. Welcome to, you will see, a very dynamic and quite unique keynote with the Maison CHARRIOL. And to proper kick off this session, I would like to call on stage the CEO and Creative Director, Coralie Charriol.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. You might be wondering why I'm wearing a boxing robe and boxing gloves. Well, every day in the watch industry, it's like getting into a ring. In fact, I need to be very agile. On one hand, I'm fighting wars, COVID, supply chain issues, rising cost of goods, counterfeit, and competitors. But yet, on the other hand, I'm an independent, family-owned, woman-led company that is in a constantly changing industry dominated by a few large groups. I'm the underdog among the giants. And I'm fighting to break glass ceilings. And I'm fighting to continue a legacy. And I'm fighting to create unique products to inspire people to live different, to choose differently, and to express themselves differently. In fact, I want them to break some rules. The original rule breaker was my father, Philippe Charriol. Many of you know him. He chose to live different. A Frenchman, larger than life, un bon vivant, a Renaissance man. At 40 years old, he left Cartier. And he tells me that the phone stopped ringing, and everybody called him crazy. I remember him telling me the story about how he got his name, Philippe Charriol. He went to a trademark agency with a long list of names. And the lady said all of those were taken. He's like, what am I going to do? And he says, well, usually your first and last name is free and available. So that is how it became Philippe Charriol. But he was a true pioneer because he went to markets where a lot of brands hadn't been before. And he was a visionary. He targeted women as self-purchasers, and he opened many mono-brand boutiques with all the multi-products that he had created. He took 8 watches in a little briefcase, armed with a fax machine and his charm, and he went to conquer the world. And he didn't look like anyone. And he didn't do anything like anyone else. And the brand he built reflected that exactly. For him, Live Different was not a marketing slogan. It was his way of life. While other brands were content sponsoring drivers. He, at the age of 50, he trained and became a #1 gentleman race car driver. He had an 18-wheeler, he had a team of mechanics, and a fleet of supercars. Some of you were even in those supercars. And he moved those from weekend to weekend to the top F1 race car tracks in the world. And he was the pilot. It was not a hobby, but a full operation. And he raced Porsches and Lamborghinis and sponsored the Philippe Charriol Super Sports Trophy that, of course, inspired his chronographs. I'll never forget when a journalist asked him, why are you racing, Philippe? And he said, but to be on the podium, of course, which meant to win. And if you ever come visit my office, you will see all the trophies that he did, in fact, win. I joined him a few times in the Trophée Andros, which is a race on ice. And he taught me, no matter what age, no matter what gender, you get in the ring. On February 2019, I got a call that changed my life forever. Daddy died on the tracks in Le Castellet. After 20 years of working for him in PR, communications, marketing, sales, it was my turn to get into the ring. And those were big shoes to fill, or should I say, gloves. I moved my whole family from New York to Geneva, and I became CEO. And as you know, there is not too many women CEOs in the industry, although hopefully they're coming more and more. And I had to fight the loss of the founder. I had to restructure. I had to redesign some of the core pieces. And then I had to reconsider our partners and our target audience. But I built on the foundations that he created. And I brought this company into the future. And let me tell you, it was not an easy task. I learned about endurance, I learned about resilience, I learned about mental toughness, just like a fighter. So who are we today? Well, we are a Swiss watchmaker and a French heritage brand, creating jewelry and accessories, and we are contemporary, bold, and unique. But what makes us truly unique is our cable, inspired by a 2,000-year-old torque that was created by the Celts, that my father had seen actually in a museum. This is the unique material that is at the center of all our creations, made in the same factory for over 40 years in La Chaux-de-Fonds. And it is actually a 27-step artisanal process. We know how to cut it, we know how to bend it, we know how to bake it, we know how to galvanize it. In fact, we are the leaders in cable luxury products. But what I love about the cable is this duality. It's part warrior and part lover. Let me explain. So it's hard wearing, right? Because it's stainless steel. It's the cable that takes you up to the top of Zermatt. But we have shaped it and formed it to make it into something soft and a piece of jewelry. I love that duality. Let's look at a short video. So the process that you just watched leads us to our products that are truly unique. And I'm going to walk you through a few of our core collections. My favorite, everyone's favorite, the Saint-Tropez watch. An underdog, when Dad launched it in 1989, withstood the test of time and today is an icon. Swiss-made, very Swiss-made, but with a lot of French flair. A true bijou montre. In fact, my father had been inspired by the women wearing a tennis bracelet next to the watch, and he decided to combine the two. He was right. A lot of women fell in love with that. In fact, Saint-Tropez is a place that my father was very much inspired by. He absolutely loved it. He was from the south of France, but he loved the sun. It was a symbol of power, and he loved how fun and feminine the place was. This is probably the most identifiable watch band in the world. You can actually see it from across the room. Let me just see if I can spot. Oh, yes, I can spot. Oh, yeah. Are you wearing a Saint-Tropez? Oh, my God. Of course, I knew it. I just knew it from from up here. I mean, he was amazing at targeting women as a self-purchaser who didn't need to ask any male counterpart, should I buy this watch? The next core collection I want to talk to you about is the Mariner. When I came up with this design 3 years ago, my inspiration came from the Mariner chain that is attached to the Saint-Tropez. And it is a small watch, because I always design for women first. Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to design maybe one for men. You know, men like Farrell or Usher, they like these kind of watches right now. But I took a risk. I made it crownless. It's kind of a throwback to an era that I absolutely love, the Art Deco era. Sometimes to get from a two-dimensional design to a three-dimensional piece takes more than a year of manufacturing. In fact, we had to hand file each case and each link to get the finishing touch just right. So now I want to take you inside the case. La Maison Charriol is in its 5th decade of Swiss watchmaking. In each decade, we have designed with Swiss partners our own calibers for certain models. Most famously, we designed a series of tourbillon movements manufactured by Renaud Papy. I want to just point out here the Celtic and the Columbus. Did you actually know that? Since I took over as CEO, I wanted to get back to designing our own calibers. While I'm not ready, not yet, to show a female tourbillon, I'm very proud to unveil at Watches and Wonders 2026 3 new CHARRIOL calibers. The C01, a 3-hand automatic, the C02, a dual time zone GMT, and the C03, a skeletonized automatic. And I just want to highlight the C03 because I find it really beautiful. And it's going to power a limited edition of 36 on the 36 millimeter and a 41 on the 41 millimeter. This is really a true homage to the Celtic skeleton that my father created with Renaud Papy 30 years ago. So for 40 years, we always start with designing the watch first. It really becomes the center of the collection, like the Saint-Tropez, the Mariner, the Navigator. And then we build and design a whole world of jewelry and accessories that go around that watch. Cable is always at the center. Actually, without it, it's not CHARRIOL. But I've been designing jewelry for 20 years, and I absolutely love it. And I love how versatile the cable can be. In fact, there's 2 days that I really love in the creative process. The day I come up with a great idea, and the day a total stranger is wearing my product. Jewelry is something very personal. It's a way to tell your story. It's a way to express yourself. And in fact, there's a fearlessness in our designs. You can wear them all at once, all stacked up, bangle mania, or you can wear it individually with impact. People often ask me, where does your inspiration come from? And I tell them, well, it's from the life I lead. My passion for speed started with racing cars with my dad. And then later in life, I discovered surfing, and I became completely obsessed. In fact, both sports are ultimately about chasing the thrill and facing the fear. Both put smiles on my face. This ties us back to the brand motto, live different. For me, it means refusing to be defined by one role. I'm a CEO, I'm a designer, I'm a surfer, a race car driver, I'm a mother. And I won't be put in a box. Because a world of conformity is such a boring world. And I design for those who feel the same. My products reflect my passions. And I hope to inspire my daughter or the next generation to think that way, to go outside their comfort zone, to be rebels, and to chase their dreams, and to live different. So ultimately, it's really the people who wear our product that bring them to life. both our clients and our ambassadors, embody what it means to live different. They carve their own path, they challenge the status quo, they pursue their dreams, and they were not chosen for follower counts or magazine covers. Each one was chosen because when I met them, I saw something in them, something that was the same as me, their desire to live different. Let me introduce you to a few. We have Garrett McNamara. He's a bit of a legend. He's a good friend, too. And he is not only a world champion big wave surfer, but he discovered Nazare. He pioneered it, and he figured out how to safely ride a 100-foot wave off that coast. And he's genuinely a great human being, a devoted father and a family man. And authenticity is Garrett's greatest gift. You feel it the moment you meet him. And that is exactly why he's CHARRIOL. Also, Sharifa Al-Sudari. She's a mother, a wife, and a businesswoman who decided during COVID that she was going to ski, but not casually. She wanted to be the best at it. She wanted to make the Olympics. She wanted to represent Saudi Arabia on center stage. Now, why I chose her as an ambassador is not what she's achieving, but because of what she is representing, what is happening around her as a result. Thousands of young Saudi girls are watching her, girls who have never seen anyone look like her do what she's doing. And they are starting to dream differently as well. All our ambassadors above, they embody freedom, resilience, empowerment, passion, and above all, joy. Let's watch a short video.
What does it mean to live different? For some, it's rewriting who gets to belong. It's taking on Nazare's giants and proving that courage doesn't come with limits. For some, is exploring the unknown within. It's diving into the depths, pushing mind and body beyond what feels possible. For some, it's looking inward and returning to yourself. It's leaving the noise of the city behind, following a quiet pull towards the ocean, toward travel, toward waves, toward the feeling of being fully, undeniably you. For some, it's leading change by example. It's stepping onto the world stage and opening doors for those who follow. For some, it's answering a call most people ignore. It's chasing the biggest waves on Earth, turning risk into legacy, and redefining what's possible. Living different isn't one definition. It's having the courage to follow what calls you, wherever it leads.
So where are we today? From that suitcase with just 8 watches, we are currently in 60 countries around the world. We have 50 mono-brand boutiques, thousands of point of sales, concentrated mainly between Asia, Middle East, and America. As you can see, I'm working on global domination. No, I'm kidding. Actually, this represents all the people who chose differently. My future focus will be on America, South Korea, and India. For me, retail is definitely not dead. I love to shop, and I'm sure you do too. I do like to shop online as well, so we're going for an omni-channel business. Every year, we open new boutiques with an enhanced retail experience. The CHARRIOL boutique concept is constantly evolving, and we are actually in our 6th rendition. It showcases the whole CHARRIOL story, the whole CHARRIOL lifestyle, including handbags, eyewear, and perfume. And I invite you all to come to our booth to experience the unique universe that it is. So I will leave you with this. In boxing, you protect what matters. In luxury, you protect heritage. My father built this Maison with courage. My role is to fight for its future with precision, passion, and endurance. We are not chasing trends. We're building legacy. And the next round starts now. This is CHARRIOL.
Thank you very much, Coralie. I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to fight.
Sure? Do you want my robe?
No, it suits you very well. Thank you very much. This is very inspiring, by the way.
Thank you.
We have 5 minutes, if you agree, to open questions right now. If you have any questions, just raise your hand. Any questions for Coralie?
She has a question, this one.
She has? Please. Yeah, you have a mic here for you.
Great. Thank you, thank you. There's a lot of incredible excitement happening with your brand, so thank you so much for such a beautiful story. But as it comes into the US, do you have a strategy of how to really approach that market and how to break in and sort of do more? I know you've been distributing there for a while, but how are you planning to sort of grow that?
No, we've been in the US market for over 40 years with 2 different partners. And my strategy now is to go direct. So it is going to be a slower process. I'm going to really pick and choose who I'm going to work with. And America, yes, it's a very different market than Asia and Europe and Middle East. And it's also changing a lot. The whole retail is changing a lot. So picking the partners is going to be the most important. And the retailers there, they've suffered a lot. And the ones that are still standing, they've also made it through all those rough times, and those are the ones I want to work with.
Amazing. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You mentioned that you're going to India. Do you have any sales like shops there already, and what's the strategy? Is it going to be like through single shops or?
Yeah, India is a little bit like America. It's huge. It's definitely, the potential to grow is just amazing. We are already there for the last 2 years with a very big group called Titan. And we are in their Helios stores, Helios Luxe, about 14 stores already. But it's such a big country that we actually have to find other partners to also bring in the jewellery. Because Helios Luxe is just watches. We are very strong when the watch and the jewellery are shown together. And then boutique. I don't know how many boutiques, but 1 in each city, which is going to be a lot.
So So being a female leader in this space is very difficult, and you do it very, very well, as well as being a mother and all the other things. But what advice would you give to other female leaders in the space?
You're very right. We are not many, but as I feel with every year passing, there's more and more. The problem is that we are very much in silos, and I don't think we support each other enough. I think a community needs to be built, but we're all fighting our own battles. The advice is women need to actually step up. I've met 2 independent watchmakers. The wives are working with their husbands, but they want the husbands to represent and be in front. So until ladies are feeling more confident to actually step in the ring, it's going to be hard.
And do you see the industry changing in that direction too? Do you see women being more welcomed in this space and being more celebrated, or is it a matter of momentum?
No, I don't think so yet. I think we have a long way to go, but I think people like you and all the young ladies that I've met that are falling in love with the watches, that are learning about it, I think that's the most important. It might be a grassroots to go up, because you mustn't forget, 43% of women are in the watch industry already. They are in sales, marketing. My whole half my team is women. It's just that at the top, it's the support we don't have is at the top.
Well, thank you for being an inspiration for us all.
Thank you.
So you do watches and jewelry very well. I know there's leather goods, fragrances. If you could close your eyes and have a dream, what line of business that you don't already do would you love to take on for CHARRIOL?
Oh, easy one. Coffee. No, food and beverage. That's my next step. No, because I feel like the space of shopping needs to be experiential. So you have to experience, you have to take a moment, I think, something to drink, something to experience in that sense. I do definitely believe that's the way to go. At one point, I had thought about clothes, but no way. So I rather go into food and beverage, yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello. Transmission is very important for you. What do you think about the transmission for the future? Do you already think about it?
I do use my daughter in my campaigns. My father used me when I was very young. He never put the pressure saying, you have to do this, you have to take over. And I will not put that pressure on my children. They have to want to do it. You're happier when you have chosen to come into the business. So, and life is long. The world is changing fast. So at this point in time, no pressure, but I do use her for TikTok and Instagram.
You take inspiration from your father a lot when you're carrying the brand into the future. So what values do you feel like you hold that your father taught you?
To be daring, to take the risk. He was not a mentor that said, let me show you how to do it. He just threw me in and said, swim. So I have built up that backbone, and I've learned to swim. But I do channel him when he speaks, when I speak, because he spoke so beautifully. He was a natural spokesperson, and I really learned from him. But he did definitely push me onto the stage. Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you.
Thank you
for
very
all
much.
those
Merci
questions.
beaucoup, Coralie.
Merci
beaucoup. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being
super.
here. Thank you for your interest and potentially your love for your brand.
Ouais,
you
merci.
deserve it. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you.